So you wanted to play Dredgers with an OP build that doesn't require as much actual moving or pointing as my last build. So we're going to start off with the Magnite race. As a caster, and I'm going to show you how to get that ridiculous build that we just had. So the first skill that a Magnite gets is Heatwave. They also have Molten Core, so fire damage is converted into energy and they don't take damage from it. And anyone who attacks them takes fire damage equal to their energy. So what we're going to do first is look at this, because there's no hunger bar. You can't heal through hunger, so that's something you're going to have to bear in mind. We're going to grab the Mundane Wand and just sell our other things. We don't really need all else. We're going to grab this and we're going to stick it on the same key that our Heatwave is on. So when we Heatwave now, everything around us sets on fire and we fire out these little balls of light that are going to hunt down our enemies and murderize everything. And we're just going to keep upgrading that, put all of our points into intellect, because honestly, if something's actually managing to hit you by the end of this build, you're doing it wrong. Now, when you actually get to the point where you can pick a new class, you want to pick Pyro. And we're going to grab Firebomb as our first thing. See there, it explodes the area around you, setting enemies on light. Now, the really cool thing is that it then, the higher you level up, it bases it off of your intellect, the further it can go. So you can see this doesn't quite look like what I was doing at the beginning of the video. There's definitely some explosions, murdered everything in that room, but it's not quite as ridiculous. So let's put some more points into intellect and get the next level of it. So now it's triple our intellect for the range of the thing. You can see how this is going to slowly get more and more ridiculous. Now, again, can't eat to heal, so it is always a good idea if you find one to pick up a Holy Wand, just because it's going to heal you equal to half the energy spent. And honestly, you don't have any need for energy. Like, you don't run out of it, really. The only way you run out of it is if you put too many spells on one button. But you can see there, after leveling it up and also getting some more int from that wand, things are starting to get a bit more crazy. We're taking out rooms we're not even into yet. We're destroying stuff just around us in general, which is fantastic. We're going to keep upgrading that. So now it is quadruple. Quadruple our intellect. And again, the more points we put into intellect, the more damage it's going to do. And the further it's going to reach. See that? It's now starting to hit stuff that's not even on the screen, which is fairly good, I'd say. Fairly decent build. It also has the added bonus of having knockback as well. So if you are in combat with them, they are, for some reason, in the same room as you. You can knock them back when using this ability. And we've also just leveled up, and we're going to unlock a new ability as well here. Now, this ability is quite an interesting one. Works fantastically on this class. So Pyromancy will give you back 200% of your energy. It will set you on fire and then increase your fire damage while you're on fire, which isn't great if you're playing the other classes, because you're going to set on fire and it's going to slowly hurt you. But it doesn't really matter if you're immune to fire damage. Doesn't really do much to you at all. So you can just carry on stacking up that fire debuff, just carry on going. And there is another secret behind that fire buff that I'm going to show in my next video, where I take on the new boss that's just been introduced. Just show how that works. But you can see here, like, I'm getting experience flying off the screen from everywhere using that build. And that was only fairly early on. Later on, you can get other wands, actually get some helmets, boots. It's just a ridiculously broken build, and it's really good for clearing out rooms you're not even going into. So let me know down in the comments if you found any other broken builds like this. I'm always open to seeing more ridiculous builds on games like this. And don't forget, if you did like this one, or if you're going to use it yourself, to leave a like down below. And as always, if you want to see more stuff like this, don't forget to subscribe.